Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to Brother Marcus Masai Garvey Bay. Honors to all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America and Universal Negro Improvement Association. Honors to everyone who has love in their heart to want to change their condition. Honors to all harbingers who have paved the way for the brothers and sisters to be in more science and to want to change not only the world but to change themselves first. So today's show is called Slave to Luxury. This show today is gonna turn a lot of people angry, and it's gonna make people feel real uncomfortable, where they're gonna be sweating. I can never understood how you go to certain areas, certain cities, and you see certain cities look better than others. You see the have and have-nots. You see the people who are trying, but yet still they're a slave to debt. And the debt is the number one killer next to stress. When people consume so much that to the point where having too much carnal things can make your mind go astray. And you probably asking question to yourself, be like, well, Brother Morris Life, what do you mean by that? Because everywhere you go and look, someone's always consuming what the slaveholder has put on that television or have put upon the ads to get the new tennis shoes or the new car, and knowing you cannot afford it. You live below your means, but you're never satisfied. You carry hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms, and worry about what your peers have to say or what they got and what you don't have. So you try to play catch up with the people who have and you have not. So if you try to play catch up with your friends who have and you have not, then you should already know who your true friends are to begin with. Woo, man, the chat is on fire today. Yep. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a shout out, but I'm going to go on fire today because this is something that the young people, the younger people, the babies in the mama's womb, and the older adults, the young adults, the older adults who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and etc. need to hear this. You cannot live life to the fullest if you want to keep consuming things that's not useful. I can see you have a refrigerator. It's best to get the old school one because the old school one's a lot better than the new ones. They break down in 3 months and 3 years, 3 years or 3 months, and you gotta have to repair the thing so often. Well, do you have lifetime insurance on it? No, I don't. So what you gotta do, you gotta go buy another one. See, common sense is not common to the common people. Whether the brothers and sisters want to understand these conditions and things that's going on, they lose sight of what is really going on in life. How do you choose one thing over something else? How do you choose to live a specific lifestyle based upon what you see celebrities do? You can't do what they do. You can't have the Louis Vuitton all the time. You can't have the new Jordans. You can't have the new Calvin Klein or Nautica or Tommy No Figure or the new Slim Shady wear or Rocco wear or Mecca wear, whatever the case may be. See, you gotta know how to be able to live life to the fullest based upon what you have. What you have is a blessing. What you have is not a curse. But when you consume too many things to the point where it's gluttonous, you lose yourself in life, family, to the point where you want to buy everything, but you can't have everything. So you're going to stress yourself out and go get that house that you can't even afford. Now, have you ever did the calculations on your income? Have you done this? Have you did the checks and balances on the things that's really a necessity versus things that's not a necessity? You have to think about these things, family. And these certain things I can't lie about. But what I want my brothers and sisters out there to do is just start thinking. You got to start thinking because you got to know where to draw the line in between things that is of necessity, which is a need, and things that you just think you need, but you don't need it, and then all of a sudden you're going to sell it later. So those are wantonness. Don't let the wantonness tempt your thoughts to think that you really want it, but then again, you're cluttering with so much luxury to the point where you're hoarding. And when you hoard, that leads to swine mentality. That leads to the greediness. It's like going to get a whole bunch of Christmas gifts for yourself, but yet still none of these things serve you any purpose. See, y'all got to start thinking, yo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to really start thinking. Because if you don't think, that means you're enslaved and you feel like you have to be entitled to go get the Gator shoes, to go get the Gator purse for your wife, and the nice Fortune $500 suit. You got to get her the fancy dress with the split across her thigh so she can look like Jessica Rabbit, look like a harlot. You see what I'm saying? You got to start thinking about what do you need and what do you do not need. There's nothing wrong with having a close to a man can have less than a dozen pair of shoes in his closet. I understand certain dress shoes need to go with certain suits you got. Okay, I understand that. But at the same token, how many pairs of tennis shoes do you need? I mean, you need one for walking. You need one for just to kick it in. You need a few pair of Air Force Ones. Me personally, I'm more of a Puma guy myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I own a pair of Black Cats, Jordans. Yeah, I own a pair of those. But you know, I got different pairs of shoes, but my closet is now full like a woman's closet, because a woman's closet is like a princess closet. And the royal palace got 5-6 closets full of clothes and shoes, and she's only one person. One person. Tell me, since when did one person need all that stuff? Do you really understand the logic behind hoarding and deciding on what you need and what you want? What you want is not what you need, but what you need is a necessity. Yeah, of course you need food, clothes, and shelter. Of course you need these things. Yes, it's true. But everything has to be done and handled in moderation. But I'm gonna put this on pause, put my demonstration on pause right quick. And I see some divine people in the chat. We got Javelin. We got Javelin H. Islam, heaven, high city greetings. Praise Allah. And then a guy that likes to draw. Okay. Well, That's good. What do you call someone that looks like you from McDonald's? What do you call a person who looks like you from McDonald's? Ron McDonald, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. A McDouble? Yeah, whatever. I guess. But we gotta really start thinking. Do you know really, have you people really decided to do a price check on Louis Vuitton and all these names and all this other stuff, and Gucci this and Gucci that, and man, you know what, y'all ones out there are so far fetched from society that everything always has to be about luxury this and who got the new pair of this and new pair of that. Me, shoot, give me a bucket, give me a broken down Honda. I'll be okay with that. I ain't trying to impress, and no, I'm not trying to race for no pinks. Because you know what racing does, right? When you race, you don't think. When someone gets the best of you, you tend to make the wrong decision and make the wrong choices. And when you make the wrong choices, you either put someone else's life in jeopardy or you put yours in jeopardy. Now, trust me, I've been through some things in my life to understand that sometimes things in life is not worth it. Now, the question is, are you really about losing your mind, your morals behind expensive things that don't matter? Do you know that sagging pants and big baggy jeans and you know what I'm saying, and a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, and plaid shirts, that's how I grew up back in them days. Nobody's dressing like that no more. The nice little haircut, you know what I'm saying, little with the curly top and all that other stuff, or take it further back, afro, jerry curl. No, nobody's rocking no jerry curl right now. You see people rocking some afros and some braids, and that's pretty much only hairstyle that don't go out of style. And if your hair is naturally curly, yeah, you got it going on. Hey, cool, whatever. But never look at life as based upon consuming all the time. Look at life as a lesson to learn. What could you afford? What you cannot afford? What can you do to assist other people? What could you do to bless other people? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Maybe I got too many clothes in my closet. Maybe I got too many shoes in my closet. Maybe I need to give some to my children because they're adults. I don't know. Maybe I need to give some, donate it or something like that. Or maybe sell it. See, then you have to go, you double dipping with the potato chip. You gotta go piggyback on what you purchased, and now you want to sell it because now you can't wear it no more. You either lost some weight or you gained some weight. And the thing is, what causes someone to purchase so much luxury is looking at all being mesmerized and hypnotized by the media and all this other stuff. You see what I'm saying? You being mesmerized by all this stuff, and then what do? You go buy. I remember when the first PlayStation 3 backwards compatible thing came out, man, people were going nuts over that stuff. People were going nuts when Nintendo came out. Sega Genesis, Atari, you know what I mean? Sega Saturn, Super Nintendo, you know what I mean? And I don't know if I said that twice, but yeah, I said Super Nintendo. But dude, where are these things that you have right now? What about that rotary phone, that landline phone that people got now? Nope, no more. Not very many people got landline phones. You know why? Because number one, they abolished all the pay phones. Because we used to have pay phones back in the day. Man, pay phones were so cool. You can just drop a quarter in the thing and dial a number. 1-800 call ATT, call collect to your mom's house or whatever because you ain't got no money. Mom, I need to be picked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm over here at such and such place on 7th Ave and 4th Street. You know what I mean? Can you come pick me up? Thank you. Here come moms. Rose in the hair and all. House shoes. Looking like she just, with a house on, like she just like she just got to beat up the devil or something. You know what I mean? And she looked at you like, why are you over here all times of night? Oh, I lost track of time. Get home. Next thing you know, you got your butt whooped. Either your mom raised old school or something, and man, next thing you know, shoot, you get beat with extension cord, or you get beat with that bell or that chocolate. One of the two, or three, or four, or whatever. Or you get the paddle or something that you used to have back in Catholic Christian school and stuff like that. You get swat with that real hard, man. That thing hurts. Man, I already know. But everything is all about responsibility. That's one thing that a lot of young people, a lot of elderly people fail to understand is responsibility. Instead of go buy the new stuff, if you could afford it, buy it. But if you really need it, buy it. Don't just buy it because it's the new thing. You know, I got maybe one or two pair of suits at home. You know what I mean? Dress shoes, whatever. You know, I got my little Islamic garment, you know what I'm saying, to set off what I'm wearing, when I'm rocking my turban or whatever. But, it's all about how you going to budget your money. If you paying rent in this day and time, Jordan should be boycotted right now. Because you know how that all this luxury stuff is tightening up people's pocketbook, buying those doggone alligator shoes and all this other stuff. And you know where alligator shoes came from? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Alligator shoes came from the slaveholder, the European, so-called white man, taking a slave baby out mama's arms and using the baby as alligator bait or crocodile bait or whatever you want to call it. And then they shoot with a shotgun or something or a rifle in the alligator's head, and you hear the baby crying because of all the torture and pain and agony. And now you want to walk around with alligator purse, alligator shoes, brothers. That's supposed to be cool, right? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? You're basically giving homage and honor and say, yeah, well, we thank you for killing that nigger baby and give us some alligator shoes because we need them alligator shoes, man. These alligator shoes look good. My wife look good with an alligator purse and her. What? What's wrong with y'all? Do y'all think? Do y'all do your homework? Are you so caught up in the luxury to the point where you just lost your mind? Oh, well, we gotta, here you go. Well, the alligator shoes look good with my pinstripe suit, you know what I'm saying? Man, bro, you don't even know how to, bro, I think you colorblind. You can't even match between green and purple, bro. You gonna put, man, you gonna put burgundy and red together. Bro, you must be really colorblind. Yeah, but, the girls like it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Hey, my pops look good with a pinstripe suit on with a burgundy a shirt. Come on now. My pops know how to dress. That's the difference between mine and yours. At least my pops is not senile like y'all. Well, why y'all be disrespectful? And be gone with that. Man, people thinking that they look all cool and stuff and hip. And next thing you know, they just, man, either you pimping or you getting pimped. It's either one or the other. A pimp is going to get pimped regardless. I don't care what nobody say. You going to pay taxes? You paying for that car, right? Oh, that car ain't yours, even if you paid it off, right? So why is that the title look like a doggone birth certificate then with your name on there? And doesn't it say the state of? Okay, enough said. You don't even own the shoes you got on your feet. You just purchased that because that's called luxury. The rich take more and the poor take less. It's called economics. While we're working, we're making corporations rich. The powers that be, they gonna get rid of their money regardless. Cause guess what? They pimping us. I'm not being pimped because I'm not paying no taxes. Your brother man Morris like don't pay no taxes. Why am I going? Well, I'm my brother Jesus in the Bible. Render unto Caesar which is his. It means give. Render means to give back to Caesar which is his, and give unto God Allah which is his. So I don't have time to be playing no ping pong match with the tax collector. They can take them taxes and go do something with it. All it is just paper monopoly money being floating around. IOU. You can't love the money, but you can lust after it. But if it's not handled properly, it's gonna be a root to all evil. I don't know. I think y'all should, double check now. I'm not saying don't buy the new stuff, family. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with looking good. There's nothing wrong with having clothes for a certain day. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, what are those luxury items you're going to do for you when you don't have no money? I mean, you can't pawn your suit. You can't pawn certain luxury things you got because the pawn shop is not going to take it. Matter of fact, pawn shops are closing down. I forgot to tell y'all that. So all this stuff that people are consuming, all these fancy cars and all this other stuff, they can take it back at any given time, right? Who owns you? The state. Who are you property of? The state. Who owns the title to your car? The state. Okay, so who owns the registration to your car? The state. Who do you have to get a registration from so that way you can drive your car? The state. So that means the state is your pimp. You got to get permission. That's what you got to do. Right? So all this luxury. Did you see that one about the Tesla family? That Tesla was gone on the freeway on the center divider. And it kept going, and it was selfless driving car, yo. And the person was praying to Jesus, and Jesus and God was not coming down to say that one. I'm gonna be real with y'all. See, y'all be messing around with them cars that's electrical and stuff. Those things are deadly. If a person ain't driving it, I don't want to be in it. That's being real. I'm just being honest. But at the end of the day, family, it's all about perception. What do you see in this picture right now? Do you see my bunny rabbit friend right there? Posted up, peaceful. But I'm just giving y'all some game, family. What do you have to offer your offsprings? What do you have to offer your children? You don't own the house. You don't own the land. You paying rent as you paying a mortgage, as you leasing a property temporarily. That's all it is. So what do you have to pass down to your children? An apartment? Nope, that ain't gonna happen. See, a lot of people are not thinking about the future. It's a difference when you don't think you tend to lose yourself in worldly things and having the gimmies all the time and not acknowledging what you have and what you're blessed with. I mean, yeah, I'd like to have a certain, game consoles or whatever, but I'm getting the old one. I ain't getting the new ones. Please, you know. At least I got something to be able to occupy my time. Other than, well, say for instance, I don't like playing video games. Okay, what am I gonna do? I got dominoes. I got cards I can play. You know what I'm saying? I got board games I can play. I can play chess. You know what I mean? I can do whatever. But the problem is, that's the problem with what our society right now is that, and this only applies to the young people, because the young people who don't have a future, who don't have a mother or father to teach them between right and wrong, but yet and still these children want to straddle the fence. And you only can straddle the fence for so long, to the point where you're gonna have to make a decision. Either you don't live life to the fullest or you don't gangbang. And the only thing that's gonna happen with you is you're gonna end up dead, buried 6 feet deep, paralyzed, rolling around in a wheelchair, and then you can't even talk, you can't speak, you can't do nothing. You just bedridden. Ain't no future in that. And that's what game banging has to offer you. This is what happens when you spend most of your time at work just to get the finer things in life. But the finer things in life can pass you by, because the finer things in life is family. The finer things in life is when a good, hard-working husband can go home to his hard-working wife and be able to appreciate her. Not because she can cook, clean, and sew, because she's a sweetheart. And she's your voice of reason. Yeah, she's going to irritate you. Yeah, you're going to irritate each other. That's life. You guys are not going to see eye to eye and everything. But you have to pay attention to the game. See, right now, all this luxury, slavery thing going on is this. They're playing a game of chess, family. And guess what? There's going to be a group of people who are about to be put in checkmate. So, you got to know how to play the game. You can't bring checker pieces to the chess game, because you're going to lose every single time. But it's so much to really ponder on, family. I'm happy with the things I purchased. I still got it. You know what I mean? I don't want the new laptop, the new desktop. I don't need all that new stuff. I'm happy with what I have. See, when you already have stuff, there's no need for you to go upgrade and go buy something else. And now, if you need a car, you need to upgrade or whatever, I say this, family. Take your money, get a cashier's check, stack your money up. It's probably like 7 racks or whatever. And then get yourself a used car, at least. Have a mechanic come with you, pay him a little extra, have him check out the ride or whatever. If it's good, it's good. You know what I'm saying? You got you something to go get you to and from. You know what I mean? Make sure it's a gas saver. Make sure it's electrical too. Make sure it's one of them Joneses right there, where you don't have to worry about pumping gas every 3 days, every 2 days, because you're traveling 50 miles. It's going to take you a while to get from one side to the other. It's like driving from coast to coast. Except you're not driving a truck, you're driving a car. All these people who got these muscle cars and stuff like that, do as you please. Mercedes, please. Mercedes don't even hold its value. A lot of these cars don't hold its value. The only one that holds value right now is a Honda and a Toyota. I'm being honest. This is based upon experience. Nissans don't hold their value. To each his own. Whatever you like. Don't take my word for it. But everything in life is costing. Your life is costing. You are endangering yourself by going to the fancy restaurants and eating crab, eating the swine, and eating all these bottom feeders, but yet and still you're chasing after luxury and you're trying to live the best life you could live, but you over here talking about you only gonna live once. Yeah, you keep saying that's gonna happen because there's no way in heck you won't come back reincarnated. I know I did. I know I came back reincarnated. But at the end of the day, family, it's all about what you do, what you have, and what money you got. Sometimes it's just best to stack the money up. You don't know what's going to happen. You may got an apartment? Shoot. Hey, stack up money, get an RV. Hey, you may never know. You might need one. Hey, teach his own. But everything you have to do is you have to plan it out. You got to have a strategy. You got to have a game plan like sports or something, like the NBA or something. I don't know. But you got to make a plan. If you're not going to make a plan, brother, you ain't going to be the man. Sister, if you're not going to make a plan, you're not going to be the woman. You just, oh no, he didn't. Morris Life is just talking mess again, and I don't have time for it. Oh, here she go. Here comes this Jezebel. Who you calling Jezebel? Oh boy, here we go. Well, if I didn't know any better, I pretty much know who your mama is. Because guess what? The fruit don't fall too far from the root. Why you gotta bring my mama up for? Yeah, I've seen her. Trust me, she's the exact replica. But at the end of the day, family, yeah, you dismiss yourself. You can be gone. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Here we go. But I don't like it. Excuse me, but I don't like anybody intervening in my shows. Nobody was talking to you anyways. Jezebel, be gone. Peace out. So, yeah. I just need my brothers and sisters out there to start really planning ahead. If you're going to buy luxury, why not look into making sure you got a supply of food to hold you down for 90 days? Why not that? Why not invest in that? That's only like a few $100. Dang, $300? You gonna spend $300 on a car note, but you can't get yourself 90 days supply worth of food for you and your family? You ain't gonna plot, you ain't gonna plan, you ain't gonna be exercised, you ain't gonna be like, trained up, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be prepared for combat if needed. Man, what are you doing with yourself? That's a question need to be asked. What are you doing with yourself? I'm gonna tell y'all something though. When you tend to have less luxury, family, you tend to have a peace of mind. You really do. Honestly. And the best part about that is you don't have to worry about where your money's going every month. Who do you owe? Who do you gotta pay? See me, I just want to just live. I don't have to worry about expenses. Yes, I desire a certain car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to travel around and not to show off, but sometimes it's just instead of you getting all the blessings, sometimes it's just best to bless other people with the information of how you did it. Now you have to ask yourself, what's the information you're going to give out? And now the question is, are you truly casting your pearls to swine? These are things you have to ask yourself, honestly. But at the end of the day, It's all about what you decide for you and what makes you happy. Sometimes having a closet full of clothes and shoes is not always the best. Sometimes you need to step back and look at what you have. Be thankful for what you have. That you're doing a better job of not only loving yourself, but wanting for the people as you want for yourself. A better life. Treat people at the highest respect as you want to be respected. Nobility and royalty. That's how I do it. I'm not. I really sit back and I'm observing all this negativity and why the woman is taught to be promiscuous. Everything goes back from the past and what happened when we lost our nationality and lost our culture. And we were being called Negro, black, and color folks. And why the slave woman has to be promiscuous and all this. And have multiple babies. This is where a lot of this uh, duplicate of a double-edged sword, so to speak, where we are reliving the slave times, except the plantation is a place where we work to go collect a check. And they're saying one thing, but the politicians are practicing otherwise. They go fight a war and go kill and steal and destroy, but when you try to defend your home and try to defend your family, you wrong. But the U.S. government can do it, right? You see how backwards that is? But making sure that you have your mind straight and making sure that your PTSD don't kick in, because through sin and disobedience, every nation suffers slavery. I'm going to stick a pin right there because all we want to do is to be consumers and not the owners. I mean, if you think about it, I don't see where none of our people are getting blessed behind the clothing style that these ones come up with. You know, like the Carl Kanai, I don't see that no more. Cross colors, I don't see that no more. You know what I mean? The FUBU, I don't see that no more. I don't see fat form or baby fat. I don't see none of that. And I'm going to explain why. Because they have been overtaken by the powers that be. People think that in life that they have choices to make once they feel like they're on top of Mount Rushmore or Capitol Hill. They feel like they're on top of the world. And they can't get the discipline. Well, I'll say this much. If your mom and dad not going to discipline you, the people in the cares of the world are going to discipline you. We all have to be held accountable for our actions. Our decisions determine on if we're going to live our future healthy or non-healthy. we're going to make some moves to better our mindset. What are we consuming as far as having our listening and hearing, taste, smell, and touch, and thoughts are just sporadic all over the place, like a grease pan full of broken eggs, making sunny side up eggs. We can't be too far fetched or depleted out of society, because society is going to basically discipline you. We have to meditate and get rid of all that filth out of our minds, so that way we can build good character. If we can't do that, there's no point of us living. Sometimes in life, we really don't have much of a choice, because we're not given options. And when we're not given options, it's like modern day slavery all over again. So, what y'all have to do is make a decision from tonight till the days coming to your next birthday, and so on and so on. What are your long-term goals and what are your short-term goals? And once you figure that out, so premeditate living a good life and be happy for what you have. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Take a deep breathe out. Sometimes you have to open your hands up and close into a fist while you're breathing. It helps. Well, getting closer to the end of the show, family. So, yep. Well, family, this is going to be sign off, saying good day and good night to all those who are listening. Well, This is it, family. Peace of love. Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, my salvation, by night and by day. Well, this is going to be in the show today. Islam.